This is ODM channel.
Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurudeva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. यह जो सुक्तम है वो हमें प्रेरणा देता है कि जब सुबह को हम सुषुप्ति से जागृत अवस्था में आते हैं तो दिनचर्या शुरू होने से पहले ही अपने मन में शुभ संकल्प, शिव संकल्प होना चाहिए कि जब ये मन दिन भर दूर जाता है, जिस संकल्प से हम कोई भी कार्य शुरू करते हैं उसके अनुसार ही हमारा जीवन आगे बढ़ता है, दिन का कार्य आगे बढ़ता है। इसके लिए कहा तन्मे मन शिव संकल्पम अस्तु। अब ये संकल्प क्या है? हमारे मन की एक बड़ी विचित्र शक्ति है। संकल्प यानी वृत्ति भी, पावर ऑफ संकल्प that is there in our mind. Sankalpa also means thoughts. Sankalpa also means decision, conviction. In puja also you take sankalpa that I decide to complete this activity. Also, to decide something, sankalpa is opposite vikalpa. Sankalpa also means imagination. All these different meanings are there of sankalpa, and therefore somewhere you find that we use, like in puja, sankalpa, that I take the sankalpa to complete this puja for this reason also. So this sankalpa power of our mind has been explained in many different ways. Even we conjure up a desire in our mind by imagining, like yesterday evening we have seen, that we see something, we imagine it to be beautiful. Therefore, in Mahabharata we have the famous statement that, O lust, O kama, O desire, I know from where you arise. You arise from sankalpa. There sankalpa means imagination. Then when we have belief in that examination, that imagination, it becomes our conviction. These are all the various powers of thoughts. That whatever my thoughts be, may they be filled with positivity. May they be filled with auspiciousness. Now what is auspiciousness? that which gives us peace and happiness, we consider that to be auspicious. Anything contrary to that, that causes us pain, sorrow, agitation, we consider that to be inauspicious. So here, the word Shiva does not necessarily mean Shivji, Ishvara, though even that meaning we will see what it means. It means fill my mind with positivity. Now, how important is that? Because as our thoughts, so is the experience of our life. As our thoughts, so is our character, behavior. As our thoughts, that will also determine the nature of our actions. So whether we perform good actions, bad actions, depending on the attitude of our mind, when we get the result of the action, we react to it positively or negatively. We have been given this very, very wonderfully powerful equipment, the mind. With this mind, we create our own bondages, limitations, sorrows. And with this mind only, we can release ourselves from our limitations. We can free ourselves from our sorrow. It is with this mind only we can achieve great things, and it is this mind only which is the equipment that cannot directly reveal to us the truth, but at least can take us like a pole up to the top of the wall so that we can transcend the mind and reach the other side. And all this starts with what sankalpa, what thoughts, what convictions we have. What is the nature of those thoughts? Whether they are positive or whether they are negative. Positive thoughts are which give you a sense of well-being, which also brings about thoughts of well-being of everybody. Negative thoughts are those which creates distinctions, differences, hatred, jealousy, etc. So understanding, and we have really not understood the power of thought. As we proceed in this, we will recognize that this whole creation has come from the total mind and therefore from a thought. Therefore in the Upanishad also, Sakamayat, the Lord desired कि पूरी सृष्टि, the whole creation has come from the thought of the Lord. It is with thought only we create. It is with the thought only that we sustain. It is with the thought only we destroy. It is with the thought you can change your life for the better or for the worse. In this Upanishad, we must recognize that what is the power of this thought, this sankalpa. Even when you are interacting with somebody, somebody tells you that you better be careful of this person, he's a crook. Now, if you have that thought when you interact with that person, first and foremost, you will have thoughts of suspicion. Yeah? You will have caution. You need all that sometimes. Yeah? You will have caution. How will your behavior be with that person? Very pleasant? Now, whether that person is good or bad, once you behave with that person like that, what will be the reaction of that person? Thus, what is the experience of your person also depends upon your thought. Have you noticed also that your best friend is your other friend's enemy? They don't like each other. Very often we find in life, is it not? Maybe they're jealous, whatever it may be. But when you are with your best friend, that person is so good to you. And that other person, because of his or her impression, thought, sankalpa of that other person, invokes out of that person only negativity. When we created our course, Make It Happen, observing this, that we listen to all these, but we do not truly recognize the power of thought. Even by one thought, you can remove the disease of your body. I've experimented with it. I know it myself. Just one thought, one sankalpa, one conviction. I yesterday mentioned about Journey into Health, that book. I do not know whether it is here, otherwise get it from somewhere. Even a disease like cancer, by one thought, it can be removed. Now, everybody does not have that power of sankalpa. Therefore, you can't say that everybody will be able to remove it, but everybody can also. There may be many causes behind it for which very often we don't realize that people do not even want to remove their disease. We've got peculiar thoughts in our mind. Even if you think that you have done something wrong or somebody has done something wrong to you, how often, think about it, somebody did say something harsh to you. That moment it hurt you. But you hold on to that hurt and day and night keep on brooding about that hurt that you got. Your mind is constantly thinking about the hurt, the hurt, the hurt. A time comes where every part of your body is hurting. Why is that so? Because as your thought, so is your body also. That's why virtues such as forgiveness, why are we taught? The moment you forgive, you let go of that thought of hurt. Who gets relieved? You get relieved. Try, experiment with this power of thought. If someone hates you, somebody you don't get along with, you go with your mind with the sankalpa that today, however that person will behave with me, I will be nice to that person. Surprisingly, you will find that that other person's behavior also changes. Because we do not know how we are influencing each other. We blame others, but we do not know how we are invoking out of others such thoughts. Not only with the people, even with destiny, even from the world of objects. When Mahatma Gandhi's famous statement, be the change that you want to see, your mind changes, your world changes. But because of so many purva karmas and vasanas that we have, to change the pattern of our thoughts, if it has become habitual in thinking negative, and none of us are totally negative, none of us are always positive. In certain areas of our life, we are very positive. For example, a successful businessman. In his business, he is very positive, but at home, with his relatives, may be very negative. So we have positivity, and there we see our success also. And there are other places where we have negativity, and we see that whatever we seem to be doing, people are not nice to us. It's all the impression that we have. That is called as sankalpa. And sometimes because of our purva vasanas, our earlier vasanas, we are not able to change the thinking pattern at first. Therefore, we pray, we wish that in my mind there must be Shiva Sankalpa, auspicious thoughts. And remember, even when you are asking for this, already auspicious thought is there or not? When you're asking for auspicious thought, that thought itself is auspicious. That's why the power of these suktams. Very often we try to understand the meaning, we know the meaning also, we know the spirit also, but actually to see the power of this thought. Just to give you an example, because it will link with the next subject, next verse. I was looking out for the cure of various diseases and why certain diseases, when they suddenly come into an onset. You keep on hearing about people being cured of cancer, cured of cancer, cured of cancer. You keep hearing. But not one evidence of cancer being cured by natural means, and not this extensive chemotherapy, etc., that people go through, which also for some period of time, certain cancers cure, certain cancers are not curable by them. So I was looking out for a person who has got naturally cured, to find out that by what means and how. There are many healers also say, oh, we do healing and we cure also. But let me meet a person who has been cured by that. Not that it's not possible. But obviously with that, there is some thought which cures the person. This is a very important thing which we discovered. I was looking out and I heard about this person who had been cured of cancer naturally. And his cancer can go into remission. But he was in the last stages of cancer. The doctor had said that you are going to die in few months. First of all, doctors should not say that. But with best intentions, they want to prepare you, prepare the family. Literally with the blood transfusion, this man holding on as though to the blood transfusion, he says, he came to India and thought that he'll go and meet all these very famous people who say that miracles happen, and when they do miracles you get cured. That also we had heard, but we had never met anyone who was cured. Nothing happened, and such people, you can't even meet them. So nothing happened. Finally he went to the Himalayas with the hope that he'll find some Babaji who's 400 years old and he's going to cure him. Yeah. He didn't. Doctors had given him only 1 more month. Weak, dilapidated completely. There he met on the street one sadhu. Young sadhu. And he told him, he was trying to search out for some Babaji. So asked him and told him that he had cancer, doctors have now given up, he's very weak, he's going to die. That sadhu just told him, so you are going to die. Why in the last stages of your life you're going through all these difficulties? Go back home, accept that you're going to die. This man came back home with acceptance, and guess what? Gone into remission. It's been 25 years, he's still alive, doing a lot of work for society. No reoccurrence of the cancer. Acceptance. I'll connect with this in the last verse. The moment we have no acceptance, mind is constantly agitated. Mind agitated, body is also out of balance. How simple can be the change of thought. You tell someone that you are sick and you're going to die, that person who believes in the doctor is definitely going to die quickly. But if the doctor gives some hope, and even with that hope, that person thinks that I can be cured. Recently also, I'm not joking, using the same power, I'm sharing it with you rather than just explaining the word meaning, so that we use this power of thought. There was this young lady detected by a complex cancer, 2 types of cancers, many types of cancer are there. One is quite easily now cured with the various chemotherapies, etc. And the other, if you don't treat it properly, it can actually get worse. And it did. Doctors had not detected, went through a lot of agony, all the lymph nodes were removed, hand getting swollen up. She wanted to die rather than live like this. Even though the chemotherapy had worked, but she didn't want to live like this. Complain. And rightly so, poor thing, that girl was suffering so much that she again got cancer. Now when cancer reoccurs, it is vicious. Again went through chemotherapy. And I told her, I said, first time you came out of cancer not because so much of the treatment, but your will. You went through all the difficulties and came out very gracefully. In fact, very bitter personality in the earlier stages, going through depression, etc. Suddenly comes out and everybody begins to love her, not out of sympathy because she's got cancer, but in cancer, when somebody is so brave, everybody started admiring her, taking advice from her. She became so popular that certainly that spirit of living was there. But whenever she went to the thoughts that her arm is going to get swollen up, her body is going to look terrible, she again got cancer. This time when she got cancer, she was crying and then I said, see, stop saying that you want to die because you don't want to die. Now if you want to live, you have the power to will to live. Make the sankalpa that you are going to be cured of this cancer. Doctors had said from chemotherapy you will get this neurophilia, your brain, chemo brain, you will get all these things the doctor had said. And doctors have observed and they are telling these things. All the time I kept telling her, you are not going to get all this, I am telling you. And put those thoughts in her mind. I could have very well claimed that I can do miracles. But the greatest miracle that our Guru has taught us, to be able to become a miracle ourselves. To be able to change our thoughts in such manner and help others to change their thoughts in that manner that they can create miracles for themselves. Convinced her that she has got the power of thought. Believe it or not, these things which are structurally destroyed in your body through surgery, all that is cured. Cancer in the 3rd or 4th stage, cured. Doctor said it can reoccur anytime. If that thought is not there in the mind, it's not going to reoccur. I'm just trying to point out to us that what is it that we are doing to ourselves by holding on to grievances, holding on to this cannot be done, holding on to the tamas of the mind and the desires, expectations, disappointments of the mind. Then later on we keep on thinking, world is only terrible. Nothing is going to change. All people are like that, family is like that, world is like that, your job is like that, people are all selfish. That's why the famous story in the Mahabharata that Yudhishthir and Duryodhan both went on a world tour. Yudhishthir comes back and says, Bhagwan, this world is full of such good people. Wherever you went, you got help. And Duryodhan then said, this world is full of selfish crooks. Wherever you went, they are ready to cheat you. Why does that happen? As our thought, so is our world. Why do we meet each other with a namaste? So that we see divine in the other and hold our hands that we unite together as one. We greet each other with Hari Om or Namaste, I bow down to you. With such auspicious thoughts, you start your interaction with someone. That this mind which can go far, it can go far down also, it can go far up also. So this mind, if it leaves with auspicious thought, let it go as far as it wants to go. For whatever reason, whether through destiny, whether through past vasanas, when it leaves with auspicious thoughts, on the way as far as it goes, it gathers only auspiciousness. And this mind, if we say by nature is agitated and active and goes into objects, no. Finally, like everything else, it comes back home into sleep. Now, when it comes back to sleep, in that mind also, in the day we would have got many experiences, and some experiences out of the many may have been bad. Our saints and sages have taught us that at night before you go to sleep, forgive everybody. Forgive even yourself for the mistakes that you have done. Make the sankalpa that it will not happen again. This is all called as Shiva Sankalpa. Others have auspicious thought, have positive thought. There are many courses, have positive thought, positive thought, positive thought. But what is positive thought? Why have positive thought? How have positive thought? All this has to be understood. That's why we are explaining in details. Tanme mana Shiva Sankalpamast. And this mind, which is Daivam, one adjective given here is Daivam, which is divine. Jyotinat iti Deva. Also because of its nature of shining. Means it has got the reflection of consciousness of the divine. Therefore also it has got the nature of Satchidananda Brahma. Therefore it is divine. And yesterday we said that's why it has got a tendency to go to objects. It has also the tendency to go towards the higher. Daivam. Jyotisham Jyotihi. It's the light of all lights. Now you see, with your senses, with your eyes, you illumine the world of objects. You recognize the world of names and forms. With your ears, you recognize the world of sounds. Same way with nose, smell, tongue, taste, with skin, touch. You experience this world. Therefore, if these senses were not there, you can't have the experience of this world. Therefore, these senses also we say it has got Jyoti. It has got light in it. But to recognize these experiences, your eyes may be open. Your ears also can be open right now. But if your mind has gone to sleep or wandered far, even the speakers are so loud, you heard nothing, is it not? Jyotisham Jyoti, this mind. And through this mind is being indicated the supreme reality. Because if mind has got this faculty, mind has got this ability, then from that cause from which it gets that is even much more than that. Yeah? But if we can recognize this in the mind, then we can understand. Like yesterday I gave you the example. When the sun sees its full brilliance and completeness in the Mansarovar, and not in the ocean where it is shattered, that is only the reflection of the sun. But from that the sun can understand who I am. It is for this level of knowledge Shiva Sankalpamastu. May there be auspicious thoughts. May there be sattva in my mind. See, this is the beauty of this verse. And therefore, even while you are listening, if you say, oh, Upanishads are very hard. I shouldn't have to go use the word Upanishad. You will find it hard. But even though it's hard, I can understand. We have faith in our rishis that they can explain even to us. The scriptures can. Thus, with that faith, with that confidence, all these are called as auspicious thoughts. And all those virtues are considered to be auspicious, like Shraddha, Shama. And therefore, when you read 13th chapter of the Gita, 12th chapter of the Gita, even 13th chapter of the Gita that we are studying in the evening, all the qualities of a Sthita Prajna, of a Param Bhakta, of a sannyasi, a meditator, a Gunatita Purusha are pointed out. And when we have those qualities, mind is calm, peaceful, happy. Such a sattvic mind is an auspicious mind. From such a person, any actions happen that is auspicious. Such a person goes anywhere, there is auspiciousness. Such a person is Shiva. So having given you the complete content of this beautiful verses and its goal and its power, now the following verses become very easy. We'll chant the first verse again and then go to it.
Yajjagrato duramudaiti daivam tadu suptasya tathaiva iti duram gamam jyotisham jyotirekam tanme mana shiva sankalpamastu yena karmanyapaso manishinaha yajne grunvanti vidateshu dhiraha yada purvam yakshamanta prajanam tanme manas shiva sankalpamastu.
Now what all happens because of this mind? And how this mind can gain auspiciousness? Yena apasaha manishinaha. Manishinaha, those who are wise. Again, Manisha, this word, has got beautiful significance, and Shankaracharya has composed beautiful verses called as Manisha Panchakam. This Manishina, the wise ones, Manisha means those who are wise, those who have got mastery over their mind. जो मन का ईशा है. Also that which controls the mind. Conviction. My conviction. So those are people of conviction. Manishinaha. Apasaha, those who are engaged in action. So those wise ones who are engaged in action, those who act with conviction, and such people yajne kurvanti vidateshu dhiraha. And such dhira, perseverant ones. Dhira also means wise one, self-controlled one, wise one. In Kathopanishad, many times dhira, in Bhagavad Gita also, many times dhira has come. And this word dhira has got so many significance because all of them are linked. Those who have mastery over their senses and have the strength of self-control. For that, a lot of perseverance, patience is required. And those who have that, they are only people who can get knowledge and not get distracted from that knowledge and therefore remain firm in that knowledge. Such self-controlled, courageous, perseverant, dedicated men and women of knowledge are called as dhira. What beautiful significance are there of these one word. Such dhira, perseverant, according to the prescribed methodologies, perform yajnas, and that mind yad purvam yadapurvam yad apurvam, that mind which is unique, that mind which is before everything, yakshamantaha prajanam, worshipped, admired, adored by all the people, also that which is worshipable and unique and is present in all living beings, residing in all living beings. In that mind, Shiva Sankalpam Astu. See, you see how the verse is going? What all is the nature, the power of this mind is being expounded, and along with that, the methodology is pointed out to have auspicious thought. And in that mind, when we have auspicious thought, what all we can do. All this is explained in this verse. Now, we've given you the word meaning, but here it is pointed out that it is with this mind, which mind? Of those who are dhiraha, manishagnaha, apasaha, engaged in action. It is these people, when they do actions, they do yajna as prescribed by the scriptures, and that only can be called as scriptures, that which is the knowledge that we get from people out of their wisdom who have lived the knowledge, convinced of the knowledge and proven it in their life. It is with this mind only, with such conviction, such faith, that the wise, the perseverant, and those who are engaged in action, dedicated to action, dedicated to productivity, such people perform yajna. Now this word yajna in the Vedic sense means what we do. We have a Havan Kund, in that we invoke fire as the symbol of the divine, of God, of the Devata that we are worshipping. And in that fire, out of gratitude, what we have gained from the Devatas, we offer out of gratitude a little of that. Not that we waste so much. We offer from that the best that we have got as a gratitude to the Lord. And even as we offer, we say, Indraya Swaha Idam Namama. That, oh Indra, because of you the rains came and we got these grains. O sun and moon, because of the fertility and the vitality that you provided, that we have got this nutritious grain. This yajna is not just throwing in fire, but you offer it in fire. Say idam na mama. This is my gratitude, but it is not mine. It is being given by you. Therefore, tera tujhko arpan. We keep on saying in Aarti, but we don't mean it. That's why Bhagavan is always smiling there. कि कल सब कुछ दे करके आज क्या देने को आया? अगर सब कुछ मेरा ही था तो फिर क्या देने को आया? You know? वैसे हम देने के लिए कुछ नहीं आए, लेने को ही आए हैं. जैसे भगवान is smiling. Why you bluffing? तेरा तुझको अर्पण. Idam na mama. Then, what all we have collected, now when we have offered, whatever you have left behind is prasad. Idam na mama. In prasad, you have no likes and dislikes. You have acceptance. Remember that cancer patient. The moment you have acceptance, there is no reaction. No reaction means no raga dvesha produced. No vasanas. That's why in Bhagavad Gita as karma yoga, Bhagwan has called the spirit of karma yoga as yajna. Yajna arthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Other than actions performed in the spirit of yajna, that is called as karma yoga, spirit of gratitude, with acceptance of the fruit, prasad buddhi. When you do your action with Ishvara arpana buddhi and prasad buddhi, you accept. The mind becomes a non-reacting mind. And we do it as prescribed by the scriptures, as our kartavya. It should be done, our duty. Therefore, this mind which is capable of making such great offerings and sacrifices, and with this spirit of yajna, saha yajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishadvam eshavo tushta kamaduka. Bhagavan says that it is in this spirit of yajna the whole universe was created. The sun burns of itself to give light and heat to everyone. In that the sun does not become any less, but becomes more brilliant, more glorious, more worshipable, is it not? Yakshamanta. And as it offers of itself, as it gives of itself, the more we give ourselves, the more we are declaring in our thoughts that I have got plenty. And remember, if you think you are rich, you will give. If you give only when you think that you are rich, and if you think you are rich, you are rich. You will attract wealth to yourself. This is the secret. But जब कंजूसी करते रहते हैं ना, we keep thinking, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough. Then you will never have enough. Even if you've got a lot of wealth, you are not rich. Only the giver is rich. And the giver is godly. Because God knows only to give. What can we offer to the Lord? Tera tujhko arpan only. Thus, when we learn in the spirit of yajna, to share, to give, and where parasparam bhavayanta shreyam paramavapsyata. The devatas have given you so much, and when you contribute back to nature, devatas means everything that you see in nature. Not like what you see in television series, with so much gold and Vayu Devata. You're taking every moment breath, at least do not pollute air. Do things. Yajnas means do things that by which you improve the quality of air. Are Baba, nothing else we do, at least do not pollute our rivers. And until and unless we are determined to do something about it, Swachh Bharat, Swachh Bharat, Swachh Bharat. Where will Bharat ever become Swachh? That Bharat that taught the West what is cleanliness and what is sanitation and what is cleanliness, neatness, aesthetics, architecture. Today we can either shamefully or proudly say that we are the dirtiest country in the world. Even Africa, poor Africa in certain countries is not as dirty as we have become Indians. Because laziness, not determined to do something about it. We'll complain, so much dirt everybody throws, so much plastic everywhere. We also do the same only. But what are we ready to do? In your colony, in your house, there is dirt. Maybe that dirt you have not thrown. But when it is dirty and you don't do anything about it, whether educating the people who do it, whether finding out means by which, even if the dirt happens, how it can be cleared. You might think that I tried, but neither the municipality does anything, nor people stop it. But are we going to sit back? Dhira, you should be determined that kuch karke dikhayenge. That spirit those who have. And that spirit also comes from Shiva Sankalpa. That determination to do. And you'll see in the evening how to rise from tamas to rajas. Therefore, those who are dedicated to action, that if you want to change things around, then do something about it. Don't sit and complain about it. Because when you complain, you are bringing that dirt into your mind. In fact, go out in the world and do something. Kuch karke dikhao. Therefore, those who are apasa, determined in actions, not just haphazard actions that people do, inefficient, without any proper knowledge and skill. Therefore, manishina, dhira. People say, is it not enough? Why should I go and gain all this knowledge? Why should I do this, that? Is it not enough that I am karmi, I am doing action? No, action without knowledge, action without conviction, action without perseverance, without determination, and most important, without the attitude of gratitude, without the sense that it is my duty, I have taken something, I have a duty. All other actions, when we do, becomes the cause of our bondage. Therefore, here when it is pointed out that it is with this mind only, by doing actions which are warned by the scriptures not to do, but not knowing it, we do it. We land ourselves in sin and suffering. Then when we do actions out of desire and attachment to the results, with ego and egocentric selfish desires, we do a lot of work, but we only create more and more vasanas, more and more likes, dislikes, desires, more and more agitation in the mind. Then we whip ourselves into activity. Yesterday very elaborately with that mouse example, I explained to you. Such kind of action is not wise action. But this mind also has the capacity to get the right knowledge, to have gratitude, to have wisdom, to have the determination, the inspiration. And when such a mind is inspired, such a dedicated mind achieves not only greatness, can achieve anything. Eshavotishta kamaduk. It's the wish-fulfilling cow. We can bring about prosperity in the world. But when we live in the spirit of gratitude and sharing, that is yajna. Not that smoking up a place. That is to create in you that bhavna. But your real yajna is when every action of ours, whether it is your profession, whether it is your family, including your puja and japa and tirthyatra, at least don't pollute the places of tirtha. When it is done with this bhavna, this sankalpa, that I have received so much, let what I have be shared with others. I have got talent given to me from nature, from others, from even people. Let me share that with people. I've been given knowledge of medicine. Let me share it by curing people. All we have to change is our thought of everything is mine, 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 for me alone. From such selfishness to self-expansiveness. And that is called as Shiva Sankalpa. Therefore, start the day that whatever activity I do, I am capable, this mind is capable, when it has got concentration of mind, that is called as Manishinaha, conviction, determination, and when the mind sees that it is I only present in everyone. Simple thing also is that if my mind wants happiness, other person's mind also wants happiness. This mind is there in all the praja. Treat others' mind as your mind would want to be treated. When we say the famous statement, which is from Mahabharata, also found in the Bible, do unto others as you would want them to do to you. See, all is the implication of these verses. Otherwise, that mind which is in all the beings, that yajna where all the wise people do, what the wise people do, that is what we should do. Live in such a spirit that every action of ours, even our walking, our talking, if you ever, even now, if you can look at the video, get at least one video, or go to the Chinmaya channel on the internet, just listen to Gurudev's talk. Look at his movements. Those of you who have seen him, how everything of his, of course, such perfection to reach at this moment, you can't even compare. How day and night, for literally 20 hours a day, without any rest, without even a Sunday or a holiday, not even excuse that I need to go to a retreat to get away from all this work. His work was worship. And thus everything he did was so perfect. And look at the productivity. Today when I see everything I've seen over the years, and even a multinational corporate company cannot achieve with such huge infrastructure, etc., create what one man has created. Such is the capacity of your mind if you live in such a spirit of dedication and sharing, producing more than what you consume, giving more than what you take, working in cooperation with everyone. And that team spirit creates such synergy. That is the spirit of yajna. People come together dedicating at a common altar and each one bringing the best that they have for the universe, for your country, for your company, for your profession, for your society. When you do it with that spirit, there is no selfishness, there is cooperation. And such a person is not only productive, but parasparam bhavayanta, not only gets what is preyas, but also gets that sukh, shanti, which is shreyas, good for everybody. It is with such thoughts, with such sankalpa, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Do your puja, do your yajna, do your duties. That is the capability of the mind. And such a mind gets free of its vasanas. Such a mind gets free of its diseases. And such a mind not only is productive, but such a mind remains peaceful, poised, in which knowledge can take place. Now you see the following. And therefore, this kind of sankalpa for the well-being of everybody, that let all my actions, O Lord, out of gratitude be dedicated to you. And you are present in all the forms. You are the worshipable one in everyone. So seeing God in everyone. When we do our actions for the well-being of everyone, that is called as yajna. And it is with this mind only that yajna is performed. Therefore, this mind has not to be destroyed. This mind has to be divinized. So tanme mana Shiva Sankalpamastu. And that don't do it tomorrow, now itself. That today, let all my actions be an offering to you, O my Lord. Then yoga karmasu kaushalam. Every action, not only you'll have peace, poise, you'll do it with mindfulness, but everything will have a glow of beauty and efficiency. So tanme mana Shiva Sankalpamastu. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari.